good night. How are you?
Sleepy.
That's all right, you know. That's all right. Um, all right. So, are you familiar with the topic of spiritual neuroticism and spiritual neutralism?
Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Do you believe that a spiritual neurotic is an extremist,
Yeah,
a passive one?
yeah, I believe so.
Why do you
And
say that?
I mean, because they kind of have common traits. They share, yeah, they share traits. They're traits that both have in common. You know, for example, persons who are spiritually neurotic don't have much control over their emotions. And you find that persons who are extremists tend to allow their emotions to lead them and not the word of God.
So, how does one transition from being an extremist to being neutral to being perfect in Christ? What's the process like?
Well, it's a very, I put it this way, the first step in a process like that is that the person must first acknowledge that they have a problem, acknowledge that there's an imbalance in their approach to religion and the gospel. And that takes humility, which is not very easy for some persons to come up with. You know? And even though it is not required of us to do all the work ourselves, but the part that is left to us, which is to be humble and acknowledge where we are wrong, that is the place where a lot of persons fail at. But the first step is to acknowledge your shortcomings and then ask God to show you, admit that you don't know. You don't know the way, because if you knew the way, you'd be on the path, you'd be heading there. So the fact that you're not heading there, I've asked God to show you how to live your life in a balanced way, you know, to have a balanced approach to your religion. And He will show you. And the more humble you are, the more patient you are, the quicker you'll get there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, I'd just like to say that, you know, with everything in life, Christ is trying to get us to that balance where I just want to say that, you know, the whole entire purpose of the Christian walk is for Christ to take us from wherever we are, whichever end of the spectrum, and help us to have that balanced approach to Christianity as Christ did. So helping us to fear God without fearing God. You get what I mean? Fearing God in terms of loving God,
Respect and
respecting God,
reverencing Him without being
reverencing Him
afraid of Him.
without being afraid of Him and, you know, functioning out of fear. So,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
All right, Miss Rowe, it was nice speaking to you, and I'm sure that persons listening will be edified and will learn something.
Indeed.
All right, and have a good night rest.
Same to you.